You'll be alright.
Yan na, pwede na. Good morning. Nakamute ka, Tristan.
Yan, good morning. Good morning,
Yan.
everyone. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Tristan. Good morning to all our viewers and all our listeners this morning. This Monday morning, the 16th of November, 2020, which means, kapatid, 39 days to go na lang till Christmas. Alam mo ba yun? 39 days to go.
39 days na lang. Exciting.
Matindi. Exciting. Matindi at saka exciting no? Kasi ano talaga it's something to look forward to. Everybody is excited for Christmas. All because, parang isang buong taon ang halos nawala sa atin. Dahil because the pandemic, and then of course this storm that just hit us, Rolly, and then the most recent one, Ulysses, which we'll be talking about later on. Pero excited ang lahat ng tao dahil, people get to celebrate, and then hopefully by end of November nga, nasa MGCQ na tayo. Kasi pag MGCQ, pwede naman mag-celebrate ngayon. Pero mas okay yung kita-kita, di ba? Yung face-to-face. After a long time na nag-zoom na lang kayo habang pag may birthday, nag-zoom kayo. Pag may anniversary, nag-zoom tayo. Pag ano pa ba yung mga occasion na nag-zoom tayo, Tristan? Birthday, anniversary,
Kasal. Kasal.
Oh, di ba? O ano pa?
At sabihin ko sana, yung funeral kasi I've attended several funerals sa past time. Pero that's an event that we don't wanna go to.
Ayaw natin mag-zoom sa ganyung klaseng event. No?
Ayaw natin. We just want to be in celebration, di ba?
Right.
Communion with other people. So,
Yeah.
yun. Sa akin talaga gusto ko yung hangout lang. Nabanggit ko nga kay March na how I miss just going out to a coffee shop and then ambay lang, read a book, or talk to someone, anything about church, about what's happening in their life. Yun. And that's exciting.
Mas madalas yung ganun, yung hangout na Zoom, no? Pero mas maganda kasi kung hangout talaga na nagkikita-kita kayo.
Yes.
But go ahead.
Ngayon kasi parang ang daming reunion So, masaya din naman. Baga kasi you get to see people even from outside the country, so via Zoom. Pero nothing beats like seeing them face to face and really just enjoying laughter live. Alam mo yun?
Yeah.
Yun yung
Yeah.
nakakamiss.
Oo, nakakamiss talaga yung ganun eh, no? Saka yung
Mm-mm.
maganda kasi sa, on a lighter note, sa BGC kasi, ikaw, Tristan, taga-Taguig ka, di ba? So,
Mm.
sa BGC po, ano na, yung mga tao, pwede nang families go out. I mean, kids are allowed, they're not restricted. I see a lot of parents with strollers, with small kids walking around. Ano lang talaga yung mga bata, naka-mask and naka-shield. But they encourage now people to come out just to just to give some sense of normalcy. Lalo na kasi para sa mga bata, hindi mo pwedeng nakakulong sa bahay the whole time. Kasi doon na nga sila nag-aaral. Yun na nga yung social activity ng mga bata. Sana, di ba? Nung nag-umpisa yung klase, that they will go out and be with their classmates, be with their friends, and then enjoy school or enjoy the company of other kids. But because of the pandemic, we had no choice, but we really had to quarantine ourselves and study from home. So now, different municipalities and different cities are beginning to loosen up slowly, no? Hindi naman all the way, but they're beginning to loosen up slowly just so that people, their citizens, can have a sense of normalcy, di ba? While being protected. Syempre, you wear all your protection. You have your alcohol every time, sanitize, and then establishments like restaurants and stores, retail outlets, always have to be in sync to practice safety protocols para yung mga buwibisita sa kanila, feeling din nila, safe din sila. So, yun naman yung kagandahan ngayon na dahan-dahan ng bumubukas ang ekonomiya. Sabi nga ni Mon Lopez, kailangan magbukas pero yung quarantine, whatever CQ we will be in is still at a high level para ang mindset ng tao, don't let your guards down. Don't let your guards down. Just keep practicing all the safety health protocols and we'll be okay. We'll get through this together. Kasi nandiyan na raw yan eh. Diba yung COVID, nandiyan na raw yan. Tuloy-tuloy na raw yan. We will just have to wait for the vaccine to come out and still continue to practice the new norm or the now normal, as they say. So, yun. Ano pa ba mga balita natin, Tristan? Magte-tech ako
Yung
so
mga
ano muna ako.
balita natin, Coach, ako, ang nakikita ko talaga sa feed, I watch my news on Twitter. So, kaya sa ABS, I Inquirer and all. It's really more on the rescue operations sa Tugigaraw, sa Cagayan. So, it's really, parang it's really saddening to see what happened to our kababayan, kung ano nangyayari sa kanila. Some of them, they are still in need. Many of them are still in need of water, food, shelter, not and then notwithstanding the COVID case, diba, the COVID pandemic. So parang patong-patong na lang. And then syempre, nakakalungkot kasi nga iba-ibang story dahil sa nangyayari, despite all of this, yung iba wala din syempre trabaho, how to rehabilitate. Diba? That's the parang nakakalungkot nga kasi may nakita ko doon, iniisip niya na yung house niya, that's the safest place. They could be this time because they don't have anything. Tapos yun, nabaha pa sila. Meron naman mga farmers natin, nasira yung cornfield, nasira yung rice field. So, I was really praying to God to give them hope even this time. To give us hope even this pandemic. Yeah, I hope, yung Christmas is a symbol of hope. So, I hope, yun may isa doon, nagtayo siya ng Christmas tree niya. So, before the flood. So after the flood, yun yung Christmas tree unang binuo niya ulit. Sabi niya, bakit? Sabi ng reporter, kasi this gives me hope. At least even what's happening now, yung
Correct.
in pag-asa sa kanya. So yun.
Ibang klase, no? Iba talaga nagagawa ng ano, ng floods, no? Kasi iba-ibang klaseng calamity yan, di ba? I mean, yeah, of course, we pray that nothing really will happen to anyone. But there are a lot. There's fire, pagka-summer sa atin, di ba? Fire Prevention Month, meron tayong ganyan. Tapos, during summer, sana doon na rin ginagawa yung preparation for the rainy season, like the flood control system, which a lot of cities naman are, they're slowly ramping up. Kasi ang sewer system natin, sobrang luma na yun. Lalo na yung Metro Manila. Sobrang luma na ng sewer system natin. So, it's important for us to understand na proper planning and, moving forward, it's the proper planning that will help with the calamities that come through our country, most especially typhoon. Kasi typhoon talaga, yan yung, how many major typhoons has come to our country na, di ba? Meron tayong Tuloy, meron tayong Yolanda, and then more recently, yung Rolly at saka Ulysses. I remember in Ormoc, meron pa yun, di ba? Because the forest was denuded, bumaba talaga lahat ng tubig sa town of Ormoc. So, major calamities happen. And so, preparedness is the key to all of these things. Ngayon, si Tofi. Hello, Tofi. Good morning to you. Si Tofi worked with us or continues to work. I don't know if he still work with Business Works, Tofi, every now and then. But Tofi Garcia is one of the most, walang hindi pwedeng gawin. Basta lahat kayang gawin. Sa team building, he always assists me. He's a very good wingman sa pagdating sa team building. Pag sinamong, ito kailangan natin gawin, gagawin niya talaga ng paraan yan. Kung kailangan niyang mapuyat para lang maayos lahat ng kailangan gawin, he will do that. So Tofi, good morning to you. Bola. Hindi naman. Is it seasonal, COVID? Yes, it is. It may be seasonal. But what we're saying is it's here to stay. Like the flu. Flu is seasonal. Di ba? Kaya you have flu shots. May ganon. But all they're saying is it's here to stay. I mean, hindi na aalis yan. It's there. So whether it's seasonal or not is beside the question. It's really more, we really have to learn to deal with it and work with it. Yeah. So, but thanks for the question to Tofi. And when you talk about ang magandang nangyari this weekend sa amin, just an update in line with the most recent Ulysses floods that happened in Cagayan, Tuguegarao, Isabela. My daughter, my second daughter, si Patricia, who's taking up medicine, meron siyang ginawang relief efforts for those that were hit by the most recent Ulysses flood. And what they did as med students, they came together and they formed, I think it's their school org. They formed a fundraising drive to help with the recovery of those people that have been affected by the floods. Kasi sa calamity, may share ko lang, Krista, if you will indulge me. There are three phases kasi for the calamity. I remember when Ondoy happened, we were working closely with the congressman of the city of Muntinlupa. In fact, when Ondoy happened, we were there. We were with them, the whole team of the congressman and his staff. And we were doing a seminar. Sabado yun eh. Naalala ko yun. We were doing a seminar for that. And alala namin, 8 o'clock pa lang umuulan na, and then lumalakas ang ulan and all. And so later on, we found out na how much the 3 months worth of rain fell on one day. And when we're seeing all of this, Muntinlupa was one of the ones that was badly hit. Apart from Marikina, we all know that what happened in Marikina. And then Muntinlupa being beside Manila Bay or close to Laguna de Bay was also hit. Several barangays in Muntinlupa was hit. And so we helped with all the phases, all three phases of Muntinlupa. So ang unang phase dyan is rescue. So while flood waters are rising, while flood is moving forward, while the calamity is quote unquote happening, there has to be some rescue efforts. Wala pa munang relief yan, rescue efforts muna. Kasi you have to find out where it's badly hit, what's the epicenter, and how do you rescue the people there and bring them out or bring them to safety. Yung iba naghahanda na ngayon. Di ba, meron na silang ginagawang shelter. So, pinapalikas na nila yung mga tao. Sabihin, umalis na kayo dyan sa barangay ninyo, umalis na kayo sa mga bahay ninyo. Dito na muna kayo sa sports complex or dito na muna kayo sa ganito, temporary. Just so it's a higher ground. And so, but there are still people who will not leave their house. There are still people who will just, kasi feeling nila, of course, hindi mo matatanggal sa tao yan. Feeling kasi nila, kanila yon. So, natural na, hindi kami alis dito, bahay namin to, pag may-ari namin to. But you really have to make sure that you're able to rescue all, at the very least, as much as you can. Diba? Ano yan na, regardless of who or what. So, citizens mo, kahit aso, i-rescue mo yan, kahit pusa, i-rescue mo. Lahat kailangan mong i-rescue just to bring them to a safer place. Diba? And then, the second phase is after you've rescued them, pag natapos na yung calamity, or when the flood waters have receded, the next phase naman is relief. Kasi you can bring temporary relief now to the people that you rescue. Kasi syempre sa shelter or sa rescue area, whether that's a sports complex or a gym, pag dinala mo doon, may pagkain na doon. May pagkain, may hopefully may mga tutulugan yung mga tao, may tubig, may pang-unang lunas, di ba, yung first aid kits and all. So, meron na doon naka-standby. But after that, hindi naman tatagal yun eh. Hindi naman tatagal yung pagkain doon eh. Then the relief comes. So, when you talk about the relief, these are the organizations or people who donate money to help naman feed. To help feed, to help give water, to help give clothes, to help give medicine, kung ano yung may kailangan ng mga na-rescue mo, that's the relief part. Yung relief part is the part where you're constantly taking a look at what are the needs of those that you rescued. Why? Because they have to be strong enough to help with the next phase. Kasi hindi kakayanin ni local government yan on their own. Or hindi kakayanin not even the national government can do things on their own. They need the help of the citizens. They need the help of the citizenry. And so therefore, they have to give relief so that they can become stronger, so that they can help also. Because people want to go back to their homes. People want to see the damage. People want to see how they can go to the next phase. The third phase kasi is the rebuild. The rebuilding phase is the longer term. Yan, mas matagal na yan. At saka kailangan mas mahaba ang resources mo dyan. Why? Because in the rebuilding stage, you still have to provide food. Initially, you still have to provide food. You still have to provide water. But at the same time, you also have to take a look at the damage done and how do you now rebuild the help rebuild what was damaged or what was lost in terms of property, God forbid, lives that were lost in the process of the calamity, or you have to rebuild now the hearts of people. Kasi, syempre, mawalan ka ng bahay, di ba? So, the rebuilding is a long-term process. Kasi minsan may trauma pa yan. So sa relief and rebuilding stage mo, meron ka pang counseling, meron ka pang, you also have to bring in the doctors, uh, medical mission. You have to bring in the dentist, the dental mission, but just to make sure that people are okay, people are well, people are fit, they can go back, diba, and help in the rebuilding stage. So, importante lang natin na malaman yun. Diba? Na, and then yun nga, in the rebuilding stage, hopefully, dyan na yung pinag-uusapan natin last Friday na, tama na, ayoko na, I want to be resilient, but at some point, I want to put a stop to this. I mean, the next storm that hits, we're already storm-proof. We're not storm-free because we can't be, but we want to be storm-proof. Meaning, kaya natin ito. We can now weather the storm together, and not much damage is being done to us. So yun yung 3 stages. So ang nangyari ngayon sa daughter ko. So she set up that fund with yung fundraising with her org mates in UERM. So yung panganay ko who owns a major part in the Keg, our restaurant. She also has another business online which is called The Box. The Box by Keg naman, yun naman cocktail drinks. She's a mixologist, or making her way to becoming a mixologist. So she mixes cocktails, and then you can buy those and they'll deliver it to you online. You can buy it online, then they'll deliver it to you so that you can have parties at home. So what they did was, part of the proceeds of The Box, they also donated to that particular group so that they can help with the relief operations. And then my third daughter, who is the artist, who is the singer, the makeup artist, the theater actor or actress, she went on Kumu. She went live on Kumu yesterday from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock yata yun. 4 to 6 o'clock. Nag-Kumu siya. And then it was for a cause. She went live. She did 2 sets of singing covers, and then she did 2 sets. So lahat ng kinita niya doon, dinonate niya rin dun sa organization na yun, which went to the relief efforts. No? So in their own small way, using their talents, using their gifts, their abilities, they're now able to help. So I mean, the whole family, kasi meron kaming messenger group A-team, meron kaming messenger group. Yung nakita mo yung tuwa nung magkakapatid, tuwa namin lahat na we were able to help, and they were able to give, they were able to bless people through their talents, and whatever they earned from it, they were able to give. So even us at KEG, we're doing our part also. We're earmarking a certain amount that we can give to the relief efforts. And the same way with the church. I saw Pastor Joey, just taking a note of how many people have been affected in our churches in the area, and how the church is now helping with relief efforts. Because this is a time to really come together and support each other. Most especially now, kasi ngayon meron pa tayong COVID na hindi pa tayo tapos, hindi pa tayo nakakaalis doon. So, kailangan pag-isipan natin yung dalawang yun, di ba? Kung paano natin gagawin yun na mag-relief tayo, pero at the same time, social distancing pa rin sa mga shelters natin at sa rescue area natin. So, marami tayong i-consider pagdating sa rescue efforts natin. Yun. Tingnan natin kung ano sinasabi ng mga kasama natin. Ito si Tess. Kasama namin to sa Muntinlupa. Yeah. Good morning, guys. Thank God we're safe, unlike our fellow men devastated by typhoons. It's a must to save our environment. Let's log off those loggers. Yes. Naku, I agree, Tess. Sayang kasi we're so rich in natural resources. Agriculture-based nga tayo, di ba? So you would think that pagka dininude mo talaga yung forest natin, kung wala tayong pakialam at we just cut trees and, without taking a look at the environment and how we've really devastated it. Mahirap. It's very hard to recover. So, yeah, we should plant more. Siguro gawa kami ng ganun. Keg cares. KK. Keg cares for the environment. Diba? Tuwing kakain ka sa keg, a portion of your bill will go to donate or plant trees or, do whatever in a certain area where the forest has been denuded. Sige, pag-usapan natin yan. Tingnan natin yan. Ha? Ano pa sabi ng iba? Tristan. Ito, sabi ni Dwayne Lee.
Yan, sabi ni Dwayne, there should be a law requiring LGUs to have a contingency or continuity plan, similar to BCPs that companies use. The plan should be communicated to the people as well as perform practices once a year. Ganda yan. Sana ma-adapt yan sa mga LGUs natin, yung mga BCPs.
Yan ang sinasabi natin, sana all.
Sana
all. Yeah, but
maraming magagandang practices ang corporate na pwedeng i-adapt din sa government. Like, yung BCPs, para merong business continuity plan, anong mangyayari when this scenario happens. So, yung mga worst case scenario planning para pag dumating yung situation, people are prepared, the government is ready, they know what to do. Parang ganun. Ganda yung suggestion ni Dwayne.
Yeah. Thank you, Dwayne. And yeah, I do agree. BCP is something that everybody has to practice. Everybody has to practice. Including families. Alam mo, sa totoo lang, yung BCP, Business Continuity Plan, or Life Continuity Plan, or Family Continuity Plan, whatever you want to call it. And you can do that by, making sure that you're insured as the head of the home, the breadwinner. You're insured. Number 2, you have health care for your kids, diba? Everybody. Then you have an educational fund that you revisit every year. Yan yung mga small things ba na paminsan sa sobrang busy natin kasi hindi natin nauupuan. Hindi natin nasabi, ano bang plano natin for 2021? Ano bang plano natin for 2022? Or the next 3-year plan, ano bang gagawin natin? How will we continue growing as a family? How will we continue growing as an organization? How will we continue growing as a country with all these things that's happening? Pero I do agree, Dwayne. Thank you so much for that. LGUs. And kunwari, LGU, pwede naman, healthcare doesn't have to be national. Ako in my mind lang, and of course, Tess who's in local government can correct me if I'm wrong. Even on the local level, you can provide healthcare for your citizens. Yung ayuda nga nabigyan Di ba? Ano pa kaya yung healthcare? It doesn't have to be much, but at least panatagan loob ng mga constituents mo na o si congressman or si mayor or this administration, may healthcare plan. It doesn't have to be national. It can be local. That's part of BCP, Business Continuity Process. Kasi ganun din naman sa empleyado, di ba? Business continuity, may healthcare, iba may insurance, di ba? Tapos yung how do you save on cost, ganun yun How do you make sure that your business is always afloat? Diba? Ayan. Ano pa? Ito, sabi ni King. Hoy!
Yan.
Bakit nandyan ka, King? Bakit wala ka dito kasama namin?
Nag-enjoy ng breakfast. Breakfast ba yan? Nasa Wying. Wow, sarap naman.
Ano yung Wying?
Sana all. Nasa Wying siya, Coach RD. Yan, nagpadala ng picture.
Where is that? Where is Wying? What is Wying? It's a restaurant? Oh, okay. Okay.
Masarap yan. Pupunta ako dyan kapag
Binondo ha? Okay. So, breakfast at Wying. So, ano yan? Mga congee, ganon.
Congee, yan. Mga siomay. Dim sum.
Yun.
Mga Chinese delicacies.
Oo. At huwag nating kalilimutan, kapatid at mga kapatid, all 11 million viewers, Kape Tayo is brought to you by The Keg, Brewed to Go, Kylie Bakes, Oil MG, Baking, and Food Station Online. Yan ang aming mga sponsors na parating sumusuporta at nagbibigay suporta sa amin. Lalo na si Brewed to Go, yan. Pagkape, yan. Brewed to Go in 3 variants. Jolt, Focus, and Smooth. Yun, ha? Ayos, ha? Wink, 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 wink. Sana deliver. Hindi. Bibili kami. Sharon de la Cruz is saying,
Good morning. Good morning, Sharon.
Yeah, good morning. Oh, may follow-up dito si Dwayne. Sabi ni Dwayne.
Yan. Marikina had that before during the time of the Carnados. Pati increasing water level ng Marikina River. May mga citywide siren alerts. I don't know if it worked last time. I think parang nakita ko din sa news na meron silang multiple siren alerts sa Marikina. And I think it helped them evacuate. Maganda nga na may ganun kasi at least nabawasan yung mga i-rescue ng mga LGUs natin kasi they were able to proactively act on their own. So, maganda yun.
May follow-up si Dwayne.
Yeah, the way I see it, parang albay lang at ang LGU na may ganito, although kulang pa. It's because they are not reviewing and modifying the plan. I guess there's a good call to action to all our government to make a business, an operation, continuity plan. So kahit may pandemic, may dumating na calamity, what will happen? Or calamity after the calamity, what will happen? Things like that. So it's a good insight, Dwayne.
Very good. Thank you so much, Dwayne. All your comments are, it helps us think, diba, and rethink how we're doing things, how we need to move forward and provide the right attitude towards everything that's happening. Saka maganda yung sinasuggest ni Dwayne kasi it's very progressive. Diba? Hindi siya yung griping o hindi siya yung whining, yung parang, bakit ito? It's really more, ito nangyari pero tingin ko maganda kung ganito. Ito nangyari pero maganda yung ganito. Yes. So maraming salamat, Dwayne. May iba pang mga bate. Sabi ni Zar de Ramos.
Good morning. Good morning, Zar.
Yeah. Tapos meron pa. Ito si Sharon. Sabi ni Sharon, what about Lexi's participation? I miss her. Well, si Lexi, ang participation niya, tagapalakpak sa mga ate, sa mga kuya niya. So, wala masyadong participation si Lexi. Steady lang siya dito. Taga-cheer. Taga-cheer. Yun yung sinasabi niya, you go, girl! Yeah, taga-gana niya, you go, girl! What? Iba talaga pag may bata sa bahay, no, Tris? I mean, like si Elijah, I'm sure, kahit pagod ka, pag uwi mo, parang, wala. Diba? Pag may anak, hindi lang bata pero yung mga anak, di ba? Nakakatanggal ng pagod. Yeah. Ikaw ba, ano ba yung nakakatanggal ng pagod na ginagawa? Ano yung mga typical na ginagawa ni Elijah na pag nakita mo parang, ayos na. Ano yun?
Kasi nag-aaral na siyang, ngayon kasi he's mimicking words. So he's mimicking words. So ginagaya niya na yung mga phrases, mga words. So sa amin, tsaka yung mga pinapanood niya, yung dati pinapakinggan lang niya, ngayon nakakanta niya na. Nakakanta niya na yung bingo, heads or shoulders, mga ganon. So, nakakatawa lang. Akala ko parang minsan naglalakad ba siya pero hindi niya inaayos. Yung pala he's dancing, sabi ni March. I think he's dancing in his mind. So, tapos kinakanta niya sinasabi niya yung words. So, yun, nakakatuwa. So, now that he's doing that, we are careful. I guess more careful in what we're watching kasi nga,
Yeah.
we don't want him to mimic naman other words that we don't want him to mimic.
Right. Oo, naku. Very impressionable pa naman. Di ba? Yung mga ganyang age, very impressionable yan. Oo.
Feeling
Kung
ko,
may
ginagaya niya ngayon, Coach, K-drama. Kasi hindi ko alam kung nagtatagalog siya English or nagko-Korean kasi hindi ko naiintindihan minsan eh.
Ay, nako. Kung may narinig kayo mga nalaglag na mga kutsara at saka tinidor, si Yaya yung naghahanda ng breakfast para kay Brie. Yung aming performer kagabi na nagkumu. Right, Brie? Congratulations. You're gonna do it again Monday, Wednesday, Friday? Wow! So, catch her live. This is Brianna Averio on Kumu on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So, this is also for relief efforts. Yeah, also for relief efforts. So, watch out. I'll try to post it on my page so that you can catch her, and then we can hopefully donate to a worthy relief cause. Meron pa mga kapatid natin na ayan, nagpapag-good morning. Oh, good morning, Sir RD and Company. Said Free Maniego. Good morning to you, sir. Ito, si Dwayne. Follow up. Di kasi siya tinuturo. Kulang sa awareness. Correct. Kaya kailangan tayo magturo niyan, Dwayne. Diba? He that has the knowledge, let him teach. Kapitan RD says, he that has the knowledge, let him teach. He that has the expertise, let him impart. Meron pa.
Yes.
Ito, si King. Uwa! Ito yung kinakain ng mama. Ayun, habang tayo nagtatrabaho dito para sa mga sponsors natin. Ikaw! Nandiyan ka! Makain ka lang dyan. Anong kinakain niya, kapatid?
And siomai and lemon chicken rice. Wala pa beef mami. Wonton mami lang available. Nakakatakam naman yan.
Grabe. Siguro, that's after biking. Kasi alam ko si King nagbabike yan. May grupo yan na nagbabike sila. Diba? So, yun lang yung masakit. Kasi after biking, kakain sila. Tapos magbabike sila pabalik. Gutom na naman sila.
Pagkatapos siya, masarap mag-ice cream kasi syempre pawis ka.
Naku! Ay. Paano tayo magiging fit niyan, mga kapatid? Ay.
Pero knowing him, he won't do that.
Nax. Discipline, Discipline. Okay.
May discipline yan.
Gilbert Buena Vista. Salamat. Salamat sa alin. Gilbert. Good morning to you, by the way. Salamat na safe. Okay. Well, walang anuman. You're welcome. Michelle Martinez, good morning po. Tapos nag-sorry siya. Sorry, I'm late. Ala, nako. Kung sa, kung sa ROTC yan. Push-ups. Kung sa klase yan, ano ba yan? Pag late ka, principal's office, kuha ka ng late sleep. But thanks for joining, Michelle. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching.
Yes.
We're happy that you're always with us. All right. Ito pa, Evangeline. Ulanday. Family is our first. Yes. Correct. Agree ako doon. What can you say about that, Tristan? Being a first-time dad, families are first. Ano ba yung mga unang-una mong tinuturo kay Elijah? Ngayon na medyo nagkakaroon na siya ng malay, nakakaintindi na siya. Yan. Ano yung mga unang-unang tinuturo mo sa kanya?
I guess yung ngayon, coach, is instilling values on a general principle. So, for one, halimbawa, tinuturuan namin siya ngayon na stick to his toys. So kapag hindi kanya, don't touch it, don't use it, it's not yours. So sinasabi namin sa kanya na that's not yours, that's daddy's, that's not yours, that's mommy's stuff. So yun, sinasabi namin sa kanya. Yun, so mga values, more on that. Values, family, obedience,
Yeah.
respect. So yun yung mga pinuuna. Pero ang mahirap doon, coach, it has to be intentional. Kasi nakakapagod mag-ulit-ulit. Minsan sinasabi ko kay Marge, papagod na ako. Ay, sabi ni Marge, isa pa lang yan.
Oo, correct. Nako, isa pa lang yan. Can you imagine us,
So,
5? Di ba?
So yun. So, grace ni Lord. Kaya I
Yeah.
salute all our fathers, all our mothers, instilling values to everyone because it's not really an easy job to do. So yun. Kaya, and instilling values is not something we can delegate to the school, to the church, or to our government. It really comes deep inside the family. On the other hand, I also think for other people, Coach RD, for instilling values to non-family members. And then yung mga mentors, yung mga coach, kasi without them, para dun sa iba na lumaking walang family or malayo sa family, that help them become a better person. So,
Yeah. Agree. Tsaka maganda yung sinabi mo na we cannot delegate the instilling of the values to our kids, to the school or to church. Ang ganda ng sinabi ng rector ng CSA, yung school ni na Brie nung high school sila at grade school. Kasi may parents orientation yan every year. So kahit ilan ang anak namin na dumaan sa CSA, every year, nag-attend kami ng parents orientation, Ang ganda na sinabi ng Father Rector. Sabi niya ng gano'n. Our job as educators is to instill knowledge to your children. To instill knowledge to your children. Ano yung knowledge? Math and science, English, knowledge lahat yan. Information to instill knowledge. Sabi niya, and we are your partners. The primary role of education comes from you, the parents, and the home. We are here to support you and to help you with expertise in math, science, English, practical arts, etc., etc. But the values, we will just support you. Meron ding values ang school, of course, diba? Pero sinasabi niya, importante, sa maagang edad na instill na ninyo yung values sa mga anak. That he still instilled to them the love for learning because we will only do our part in providing the learning. Pero yung love for learning, kailangan nandyan yan sa inyo, mga magulang. Galing ni, alam niya yung role niya o role nila bilang eskwelahan, diba? Na hindi kami yung magulang ng mga anak nyo, kayo pa rin ang magulang at sa inyo pa rin mag-uumpisa ang education ng inyong mga anak. Galing. So, totally agree, Evangeline. Or do we call you Vanji? What's your nickname, Vanji? Sabihin mo naman sa amin, what's your nickname? Parang hindi naman kami masyadong formal. Kung Evangeline naman talaga, wala naman tayo magagawa doon. Kung gusto mo talagang gano'n ang address namin sa'yo, gusto mo, lagyan pa namin ng Madam Evangeline. Yan. May follow-up siya. Sabi niya, ito. Yes, sir. Isa pa lang yon. Kami po, 6 children, 5 boys, only 1 girl. Oh my gosh. 1 brother is a priest. Salute to my parents and to all the yes. Naku. Saludo talaga. Yeah, I agree to all the parents. I mean, parents, we all try to train our kids in the best way possible and the way we know how. We train our kids in the best way possible in the way we know how. Just like our parents did to us. Whether your parents are Christians or not, the way they raised us. Hindi naman tayo masamang tao lumaki, di ba? So but they tried to teach us and instruct us and guide us in the best way possible and in the way that they know how. While keeping jobs. Kasi nung panahon ng mga magulang natin, di ba, kailangan either professional ka o negosyante ka, yun lang dalawa yun. Di ba? Arkitekto, ininyero, CPA, doktor, abogado, right? Or, nagninegosyo ka. Yung dalawang yun lang. No? But while keeping a job, they still try to make it a point to teach us, to guide us, to instill values to us. So maraming salamat talaga sa mga magulang natin. Okay? So, wow. Ito yung nickname pala niya. Bangge. Bange. Bange.
Bangge.
Bangge. Okay, Bangge. Okay. So, I hope you don't mind if we call you that, or if you want us to call you Evangeline, please do so. Okay itong kwentuhan natin, no? Napaka-close natin sa mga viewers natin. May sinabi si Boots dito, kasi she was in contact with those that were affected by the typhoon and in the evacuation center. Sige, Tristan. Basa, sir. Basa.
And sabi ni Miss Boots, magandang umaga sa lahat. Talking to those who prefer not to go to evacuation centers, they said they are scared of contracting COVID in such a congested place and would rather be in open spaces of their community.
No, yan yung sinasabi mo, di ba, Tris? Na dalawa na ngayon yung iisipin natin kasi kung lilikas ka, may calamity na galing sa bagyo, pero may COVID ka pang iisipin.
Kasi syempre, hindi na maiisip ng tao yung face mask. Hindi na maiisip ng tao yung social distancing. So I could just imagine people are hungry, thirsty, wanting to eat, wanting to drink, and then there's a long line. Diba?
Yeah.
Hindi mo na ma-manage siguro yung gano'n. So, mahirap din talaga. Mahirap mamili kung saan, coach.
Correct. Tsaka yun na nga yung sinasabi natin na may chaos. Di ba? Chaos, I use the term loosely, no? But there's a level of chaos. Kasi nga, hindi mo alam biglang, it didn't come as a surprise, but it came nonetheless. Diba? Binaha ka. Tapos, nasira grabe ka naman kasi yung hangin. Hangin ni Ulysses, ibang klase. So, lipad ang bubong, sira ang bahay. So, medyo gulo na yung isip mo. So, hindi mo na maisip talaga na parang nag-recess yung mindset mo na you go back to when this last happened, the storm or the floods, which was probably before the pandemic. So, ang likas mo, kuha na lang lahat ng gamit and then leave. At least the initial thought. But then thinking about it again, yung sinasabi nga ni Boots, sandali. Kung pupunta tayo dyan, maaaring naka-mask ka nga, naka-shield ka. Kung kunwari, nagawa mo yun, nakalagay kayo ng mask at saka-shield bilang pamilya. Pero pagdating mo doon, the third part of safety is the social distancing or the physical distancing. Right? Kasi ang LGU naman, hindi naman naisip yung palakihan kaya natin yung gym or ilang kaya ipapagkasya natin dito. Kasi sa malamang sa hindi naman naging COVID center yung mga gym na yun at that point in time. So wala talagang social distancing. You just bring everybody to safety. And so that's why also you have those that were able to think through everything and say, wait, what do I do now? Kasi maaaring ako nag-iingat, pero pag pumunta naman ako doon, wala namang pag-iingat dahil magkakadikit-dikit yung mga tao. So, it's tough. We're not saying that it's easy. We're not saying that there's an easy solution. It's tough. And I think, a lot of wisdom has to be put into yung sinasabi ni Dwayne kanina, the BCP, and hopefully continuity nga talaga. Make it a business continuity plan or business continuity program na hindi siya co-terminus with the administration. Yun lang kasi, and this is just me. Real talk, sabi nga ni Tofi, real talk tayo ngayon. Na madalas kasi, yung mga plano na maganda naman, dahil hindi plano nung umuupong administrasyon, napabaliwala na. But it was a good plan. And, there's nothing wrong with the plan. It's just that it was created by a political rival. And that being said, hindi na pinagpapatuloy. Sana we break that mindset na if the plan is good and it's benefiting everybody, it's helping the city, it's helping society, ano ba naman yung ituloy na lang natin? Or, better yet, improve on it. Di ba? O, ito yung plano ni Tristan, siya yung dating nakaupong mayor or congressman or governor. Magandang plano yan. O, gagandahan pa natin sa administration ni King, for example. Siya yung naging mayor. Gagandahan pa natin yan para mas lalo tayo maghari ang King Reyes. You know what I'm saying? It has to be that. A continuous improvement of everything that we have going for us as a city.
Tama yan, Coach. Sayang sayang yung time, yung resources na inallocate to plan those plans, to make all those plans come into paper. Tapos sayang mababaliwala. So,
yeah. Oo. Tapos how much did they spend, di ba? How much did the previous administration spend on building all of that only to see that it's going to be gone after what, 3 years? Diba? Sayang. You don't want resources to go to waste at this point in time. We want our resources to go the distance. Kasi ang taong bayan nagtumutulong din eh. Kami, as citizens or as an organization like Victory or as KEG or as the boss, my daughter who's 18, but she's doing her part, she's helping out. So, ang gusto sana natin, yung resources na dumarating sa city, mapahaba naman, di ba? Yung stretch the resources by managing it well.
Agree.
Sabi ni Zar, bago tayo magtapos, grabe, ang bilis ng oras. Ano ba to, Tofi? Ano ba yan? Okay, ano sabi ni Zar?
Agree with Evangeline. While it takes a good leadership for our country to rise up, we cannot rely on the government completely. It has to start in our respective families. But for these to be realized, parents should be able to unlearn not so good things so we can guide our children well.
Yes.
Maganda yan, unlearning.
Galing. Oo. Sabi nga ni Dr. Maxwell, magno-notes ka na naman, Tristan, ha? Magno-notes ka na naman ito. Ano nagsusulat yung mama? Sabi nga ni Dr. Maxwell, tinanong niya, ang ganda ng tanong niya. Sabi niya, in a conference, sabi niya, what is an illiterate person? What is an illiterate person? And, of course, people would say, an illiterate person, sige, ito na lang, tanong natin. Mabilis. Dwayne, Sedfree, lahat ng nakikinig ngayon. What is an illiterate, or what is illiteracy? Or what is an illiterate person? Sige nga, type niyo. Go. Type. Pag nagda-drive ka, huwag ka magda-type. Pero kung hindi ka nagda-drive, mag-type ka. Kasi pupuntuhan ko maganda yung sinabi ni Zar. De Ramos. What is an illiterate person? Go, type. Habang hinantay natin yung iba, ikaw muna, Tristan. What is an illiterate person? Dictionary definition or common knowledge definition of an illiterate person? What do you think?
Siguro, common knowledge, hindi ako nakapag-Google habang nagkasalita. Ability not to understand, siguro ganon.
Okay.
You're not able to understand or you're not able to practice the understanding. Let's say, of reading, writing, business continuity plan. Illiterate ka dun, so you don't have the understanding to know and to practice. Things like that.
Galing, Tama. Sabi ni Dwayne, ganun din, Someone who does not understand what is correct and what is not. or someone who does not know how to read or write. Di ba yun yung sinaunang definition ng illiteracy. Illiteracy is not knowing how to use your strength to fulfill your purpose. Yan. Oh, okay. Galing, ano? Sabi ni Maxwell, all of that is true. All of that is true. Someone who has no understanding of how to do things, what is wrong or right, read or write, they don't have understanding of that. Sabi niya, however, today, because of technology, sabi niya, even if you don't know how to read or write, which is the most basic definition of illiteracy, an illiterate person, way, way back, is someone who does not know how to read or write. That is why there's no proper understanding. Ay, pare, so dahil hindi siya marunong magbasa, hindi siya marunong magsulat, hindi niya maintindihan kung paano gawin ng isang bagay, ano ang tama at ano ang mali. Sabi niya, but with technology, and think about it, with technology, even if you don't know how to read or write, guess what? You will get by in life. Right? If you, si Brie is a great singer. You know how she learned? She knows how to play the ukulele. She knows how to play the guitar. She knows how to do makeup. You know how she did it? YouTube. Self-study. Kasi passion niya yan. Kasi hilig niya yan. Kasi gusto niya yan. She discovered that she has a very good voice. She watched all these. She knew how to do makeup. But she wanted to go more. So she did face art. And all of that was done through YouTube. Watching experts. Watching. Not reading how to do it, but watching. So sabi ni Dr. Maxwell, with technology, you can get by in life. And so he was saying, what is now an illiterate person? Today, the definition, going back to Czar, going back to the definition, the new definition of illiteracy, an illiterate person today, with technology, in abundance. In abundance. Now you can Google anything and everything. You can YouTube anything and everything. You can learn how to cook. My son learned how to cook burgers. Dahil sa pandemic, pag nagugutom siya, ayaw naman niyang gisingin pa yung mga kasambahay namin. So siya na mismo nagluluto. How? YouTube na naman. My daughter became a mixologist or she knows how to mix cocktails. How? YouTube. Google. Right amount of this, right amount of that. Perfect flavor. Grabe. And then she developed another one last Saturday. Alam mo yun, because technology is there. The new definition now of illiteracy or illiterate person, get this, is someone who, number one, is no longer willing to learn. Someone who's no longer willing to learn. Number two, someone who's no longer willing to unlearn. Yung mga bagay na alam natin dati, katulad ng sinasabi mo, Czar, yung mga magulang na yung mga dating pamamaraan, nagpapapalaki ng mga bata, na hindi na sang-ayon o angkop sa ngayon, eh, kailangan itapon mo na yun. Unlearn it. Unlearn it. I had to unlearn running a restaurant and a bar. So that later on, number three is someone who's no longer willing to relearn. Someone who's no longer willing to learn, someone who's no longer willing to unlearn, and someone who's no longer willing to relearn. Because there are many things that we need to relearn. The basics of running a business, we have to relearn that so that we can innovate. Kasi yung basics, yan yung foundation mo eh. So that you can build on those things. That is now the new definition of illiteracy. So to come up with proper understanding, learning should be an ongoing process. Ditch or throw away the things that are no longer relevant. Unlearn it. At 52, pinatanda ko sarili ko ng isang pangtao. At 52, I probably know more today than when I was half my age. Why? Because learning is an ongoing process. And there are many things that I had to unlearn from doing business way back in 1985 until today. Ang dami na kailangan tangang hindi na pwede, hindi na sang-ay, hindi na angkop to unlearn. But I have to relearn. What are the basics in doing this? What are my values? What's core to me? I have to go back to that. Kasi yun yung mga bagay na hindi na magbabago, magpapalit. Diba? So, dami ko nang sinabi Seminar na to, Tristan Aba. Oh, yeah. Bago tayo magtapos. Sabi ni Dwayne, tanan,
Agree RD on that. Yan.
so may sinasabi si Cedric.
Yan. I think that should be the mindset. Let me coin the term, development continuity plan.
Yes. Ganda nun. DCP. So that cuts across industry, di ba? Any industry, it cuts across any organizational lines. So whether it's a family, which is an organization, a church, a business, a community, di ba? Or national government. Diba? It cuts across. Development continuity. Tsaka development, remember, pataas dapat. How do you continue to develop? Upwards, going up. Okay. Sabi ni Tofi. Ang sabi ni Tofi?
Yan. Gawin ng hours. Sayang manood sa inyo.
Maraming salamat, Tofi. I wish we could. Kaya lang kasi kailangan pumasok ng mga kasama natin sa trabaho. So before we end, we'll read some more.
Yan. Someone who does not understand what is correct and what is not. So yun yung definition ng literacy. Yan.
Yeah. So many have given their definition of illiterate. Si Tofi, isa pa. True, even in engineering, my mom's knowledge is now obsolete. Relearned. Yeah, correct. Diba? Importante yan. In leading a city, sa ating mga mayors, sa ating mga governors, sa ating mga congressmen, diba? Leading the country, kailangan, this is another term that you might be able to use for work or for your business this Monday, November 16, 2020. Planned obsolescence. Planned obsolescence. That was a business strategy in the early 2000s, planned obsolescence, because of the advent of technology where you had all these smartphones and, almost every week, a new smartphone would come up, a new model, a better model would come up. So they came up with the term, the tech industry came up with the term planned obsolescence, which essentially says, instead of letting other people or other companies plan your obsolescence, kasi pinagpaplanuhan ka ng lahat ng tao, lalo na kung ikaw yung number one na kumpanya, pinagpaplanuhan ka paano natin maa-unseat si number one? So to be number one is really a very dangerous place to be because everybody wants to get your position. And so therefore, planned obsolescence means instead of letting other companies, other competitors plan your obsolescence or how to render you obsolete, the strategy is you plan your own obsolescence. You plan your own obsolescence. In other words, if your products and your services work and it's put you to number one, plan how do you make that product or service of yours obsolete. How? By creating better ones, by creating faster ones, by creating new ones, by solving bigger problems. Kasi ang innovation kasi is the ability to solve a problem of the customer or the end user. That's part of innovation. So how do you now solve bigger problems? So going back to our case of the Typhoon Ulysses, planned obsolescence now is how do we make our city better? What are bigger problems than Ulysses that can possibly happen in the future that we need to prepare for? Yan po ang development continuity plan according to said Freemaniego. And ganda, thank you so much guys for all the discussion. I'll say my goodbye now, and Tristan will end the show for us because it's 9:08. Ako, kailangan natin pumasok, mga kapatid. Kailangan natin
Yes.
magtrabaho. You know, the time went by so fast because of all your engagement, all your comments, and although we had 9 million viewers, but the discussion was so good, the engagement was so rich, and we thank you so much for joining us at Kapitayo. Remember, we're here Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8:05 a.m. to give you real talk and to provide insight and always positive vibes for everybody. So we'll see you on Wednesday. Tristan.
See you on Wednesday. Cultivate your hope during the week. So with all these things that are happening around us, it's important for us to cultivate our hope and to somehow put our faith in God. Yeah. So that's it. See you by Wednesday. Have a great week ahead of us.
All right. Bye.
Bye.